So what's up everybody? So I'm making this video for a friend, but if I can help some random people out on how to get a little bit better at fighting games or understand them a little bit more, then that's fine too. But basically I'm just going to go over some things that I think everybody should know, and it can apply to all fighting games basically. So fighting game basics. So the first thing I want to go over is neutral. So neutral is basically the part of the fight where both people are fishing for the hit. So, if someone goes back here, starts shooting projectiles, that's in the neutral. Everything's in the neutral. Everything changes when you get up close. That would be when we get into pressure and mix-ups and shit. But basically, everything that happens, like when you're hitting for an attack, when you're trying to get over here, when you're shooting a projectile, this is all neutral. Okay, and basically you're just trying to get the hit to enact your pressure or to get a combo off. That's basically all neutral is. And it varies from game to game. So I'll explain that, or let me explain that Mortal Kombat has a very footsies neutral game, which basically is you're going to be using your normals. Normals, if you don't know what that means, is your basic attacks, like my punches, my kicks, my everything. Those are called normals. And then your specials are called specials. Anyways, so you're just trying to use your normals to try to get a hit or a punish. A punish is basically when the computer, or I don't know, I said computer, when an opponent does something unsafe and you can punish them for it. So for example, if I do this, as you can see, it says punish because Mortal Kombat tells you when people punish, but D'Vorah couldn't react to that. It's stuck in animation frames, which made it possible to just punish her outright. That's basically what punishing is. And with punishing would be if she tried to go for an attack, like if she went for a thing like that, and I just swooped in and punched her in the face, that would be a whiff punish. Same thing, but like a little bit different. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Mortal Kombat has a footsie-based neutral. So what that means is you're trying to use your normal attacks, your range on your attacks. So you got to know your character's range, and it differs from every character, obviously. And you're just trying to use your best normals to get in. So one of Jax's best normals, for an example, is this forward Y move. So like if I'm right here, I can get a punch. All right. So I know at this range, I can get a hit off. Okay. And depending on the range of your special moves, you can incorporate those too. So for instance, Jax has this. Okay, really long range move that you get a punch off of. So yeah, that's a basic concept of neutral. Every fighting game has neutral, and every fighting game uses neutral. Like, it's different in every fighting game. So for example, Dragon Ball FighterZ, the neutral is based on assists and super dashes. So you gotta like use assist to get in and do your pressure and mix-ups. So yeah, that's neutral. Moving on. Alright, next I'm going to talk about pressure. So pressure is actually when you're in the opponent's face and you're trying to open them up. Open them up means you're trying to get a hit to get to a combo or to get to, a mix-up or a tricky thing. So like, if they're blocking, you're in the pressure. So you want to maintain pressure. So like a string like this, and stuff like that. Alright, that's not really good pressure, but I'm just trying to, explain to you what it does. So when you're in someone's face, you're trying to, like I said, get them opened up. So if I change the computer to stance, the computer will always block anything high. Okay, it won't block anything low. So, say I'm fighting a real person, I'm trying to open them up. I could go for this mid to overhead. So overhead hits anybody who's low. If you're crouching, an overhead move will hit an opponent crouching. But if they're standing, a low move will hit them because they're standing. They're not blocking their legs. So knowing that knowledge, Jax has forward Y, down B, so that goes into low, or forward Y, X and A together, and it goes into overhead. So if the opponent knows that, they got to be able to guess which one it's going to be. That's what we call a 50-50, and it's also a mix-up. So the opponent is going to be like, okay, is he going for the overhead or is he going for the low? Okay. If you get the low, you just get a little bit of damage off, and you get pressure going. So they're on the ground, so you have more active or you have the advantage because you got the hit off, so you can set up for another thing immediately like that. So like you keep the pressure going essentially. And like every game has a form of pressure. So like again, Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's more of like assists use your pressure. So in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you'll get a punch off, and then you can pop an assist. That assist will lock them down for a certain amount of times, so you can go for like a mix-up, or you can jump in the air. If you jump in the air and go for like a punch like this, that's a cross-up. So like yeah, it's basically the same thing as a mix-up, but like in the air. kind of like changing sides. But yeah, so every game has pressure. It just differs a little bit. That's what I'm trying to like generalize everything I can basically. But yeah, every game has neutral. Every game has pressure. You're really gonna want to learn it. Also, another thing I want to emphasize is you're gonna want to learn how to block. But blocking comes with just playing the game. It's really hard to just be like, you have to know what the opponent's going to do and what they're going to be able to try. So like if you never played Mortal Kombat before, you wouldn't know that's a low. You wouldn't know that's an overhead. You would learn over time. So blocking is essential in every fighting game. I really want to accentuate that, but it comes with time. You're not going to know what every move does right off the bat. Alright, next I want to talk about combos, and specifically why you shouldn't really worry about combos. And I think people put too much, if you're a new player, people put too much emphasis on combos. Now don't get me wrong, combos are very important, but people will usually say, I can't play that fighting game because I don't know how to do the button inputs or whatever. The thing is, like, you need to worry about neutral and pressure more, because here's the thing, combos, they might be hard for you to learn, right? Now that's a very basic combo, and it looked, maybe to some people that looked intimidating, but it's not very hard to do at all. Alright, an easier combo would be this. Okay? It's just like combo, you can make, the thing is, you can train combo, or you can learn combos. If you just go into training mode and learn the buttons, and you can look up 1,000 videos. Like, there's 1,000 videos about combos everywhere. Like, it just takes time and memorization. It's not the hard part of the game. But the thing I want to, like, really highlight is, you can learn combos all day. But if you can't open someone up or get the pressure going, then it's useless. Like, what good is a combo if you can't get the first hit, you know? That's the thing. So you have to be able to know how to open a person up, how to like play around them, and then if you get the hit, so like this, bam, you can go into the combo, you know? It's just, people put too much emphasis on combos. Now, again, they are very important. That's how you get your damage, or you get your reset. A reset is basically when you do something to the opponent where they are forced to stand back up, or if they're forced into a bad situation and they have to guess a mix-up, like a 50-50. So yeah, combos are important, but don't put too much emphasis on them. Everybody can learn combos. That's all I'm trying to say. Alright, and the last thing I want to talk about is specific game mechanics. So learn the game's mechanics, essentially the specific ones. So, as an example, Mortal Kombat has a thing called Crushing Blows, which is this. Okay, you get a lot of damage off of one move, and it essentially leads to a combo situation. Not every Crushing Blow leads to a combo situation. As an example is, hold on. There we go. That doesn't lead to a combo situation. It just adds a shit ton of damage. So yeah, this one leads to a combo situation where you can, you know, continue a combo, which I dropped, or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, you got to learn the game's specific mechanics, okay? So in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you're going to want to learn how to use assist, you're going to learn how to use a reflex, you're going to learn about level 3s, like stuff like that. Like, if you're going for one specific game, learn that game's mechanics. It's very important that you understand what you can do and what your opponent can do. So you remember when I talked about punishing? So Mortal Kombat has a game mechanic that specifically, if you block correctly, you can punish the other person for trying to exert pressure. So example is that. So the computer just flawless blocked me. Now flawless block makes you super negative and the opponent super positive. It pretty much means you're safe. So if you flawless block, then you'll always be safe. You can always punish anything the person does. Now it's risky because you have to block literally at the last second when they make contact with you, but the risk reward is pretty good. That is a specific Mortal Kombat mechanic. Okay, just like Crushing Blows, just like, you know, blocking with right trigger. It's all specific to this game. That's why whenever you try to learn a fighting game, learn what specific things in that fighting game are really good and what's different about it. That'll help you. And yeah, that's pretty much like some basics I think that are really essential to know about fighting games. Like, it's not everything you should know, but it'll help you get started. And if y'all like this video, I'll probably make another one. Like I said, if y'all enjoy it. I'm specifically making this for a friend, but if other people like it, I'll show y'all how to do some more things or explain some concepts to people. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a nice day. Bye.